I've never had three devices going at the same time. All right, I'm going to go ahead and bring the Twitch people in. Hi, everyone. Hi, Instagram. Hi, TikTok. Hi, Twitch. Hello, Josh. Hello, Destiny. Hello, Superboot, Sonic's Garden. Hi, y'all. Hi, Sophie. Hi, that The Last of Us trash can. So, I'm here in Streamily's studio. I have 3 lives going right now, so if you see me looking around, it's because I'm looking at my different devices. I'm doing a signing event with Streamily. You can still buy a print if you want to get an autograph from me. My link is in my bio. We have some extras.
We have plenty. Yeah.
Plenty of extras. And would you like to introduce yourself real quick to the chat?
Hi, I'm Erin.
This is Erin. She'll be helping me today. Yes, hello everyone. I'm so excited. We got some really cute little guys here. Look, it's Lev.
We have Lev and we have Gray.
And you have Gray. And then there's some ones that like
there's
just...
some OA ones as well.
Yeah, there's some Buck ones. There's ones just me. Hi, Jose. They said, love your work. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks, y'all. So yes, the link to my Streamily shop is in my bio. But I'll go ahead and get started with the ones that are already purchased. So this one... It doesn't
have a name, but they are asking, please write only one week may I carry my strength, which I think is not a Lev quote, right? That's his sister?
I think it is a Lev quote when he's quoting someone else. He's quoting like the prophet.
Yeah.
And he's talking to Abby when she's really afraid of heights in the Sky Bridges scene.
Oh yeah, that was terrifying.
So cool how they animated her like vertigo. I thought that was really cool. Also, there's so many Sharpies to choose from. Wow.
Yes, plenty of colors.
Awesome. So to Anonymous, because there's no name, but I will go ahead and write a quote and then sign it. So only one week may I carry my true strength. Okay, so there's the first one. First one for Anonymous. Thank you. Thank you for buying an autograph.
Did you have fun playing Lev? Did they actually shave you, or were you wearing a bald cap for the moment?
I was just wearing like a cap over my hair, but my hair was pretty short at that time because it was like right around, like it was post OA. My hair was still pretty short. I hadn't grown out the mullet yet. But I had a lot of fun playing Lev. Yeah, he was one of the more difficult characters to play because he has like a lot of trauma.
Would you be excited? Because I know, the live one, I know there's rumors.
I would absolutely love to play Lev again. I know that I'm older and there's been a lot of heated debate on... I do glance occasionally at my TikTok comments. But yeah, I have seen that people are like, you're too old to play Lev.
I don't think that, but... I mean, it would be curious, do you think there would be more difficulty translating a mocap performance to a live-action performance in terms of just physicality and all of that?
I think it would translate pretty easily because I noticed that they put into Lev's characters like all of the like little nervous tics that I put in, which I wasn't expecting. So like there's moments where he's like kind of like picking at his nails or like playing with his hands, and I was like, I didn't even know that they were gonna do that. Like just the little details.
The playing with the hands was cute when I saw that because it's what Ellie does too when she's nervous.
Oh, I didn't know
that. It's like
that.
a cross shared trait because she goes like this when she's talking to Dina. She's like twiddling her fingers and playing with them. So anytime Allie's nervous, you can see a little bit of that same hand animation.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of parallels between Ellie in the first game and then Lev in the second game. Like Lev and Abby kind of having that like mentor-mentee
Their dynamic is sort of weird.
Oh, Super Boots asked if you're wearing a Star Trek badge. Yes.
Oh, yes.
It's a rainbow one.
It's a rainbow one. I got it at Kiki and Kinky at LA Comic Con 2 years ago.
Cute. I love how it's like rainbow and glitter. Happy Pride. Happy Pride, everyone.
So this next one is for Ryan Carroll.
Okay.
Would you be able to sign with think about the good parts to fear?
Okay.
Which I
From
think
the
is
same
sequence,
monologue. Yeah,
right?
it's a good pep talk. It's a really good pep talk. Okay, so to Ryan, I'm actually gonna switch to a bronze Sharpie because I just realized that kind of matches the color palette of this print a little more. So to Ryan Carroll, actually I might switch to a different one. There we go. To Ryan Carroll. Okay, now that I'm writing it, I'm realizing that it actually matches the color a little too well, and then it won't show. So I'm gonna switch back to I think probably a black one for this. Just a rainbow of colors. Happy Pride, everyone. Think about the good parts to fear. And here you go, Ryan. Thank you so much, Ryan Carroll. Thank you. Just making sure it's dry. Okay, awesome.
So how was it like working with Neil Druckmann as a writer in that terms?
Neil is so fun to work with. He's very kind, mm-hmm. And like whenever he listens, he just has like a laser focus on you, and it always just like makes me feel like, I don't know, like the whole room just kind of disappears, and it just kind of feels like we're the only two people in a room. Like, he's very attentive and very sweet, and I was still like I was really young when we started working together, so I was still like finding my voice and still like learning how to like share my ideas and things like that. But I always felt like, you know, he was very receptive to anything that I wanted to contribute. So yeah, I would love to work with him again. He's great.
I'm sure you will. He's been, you know, he's had that transition from a video game writer mm-hmm. to sort of finally making a foray into film and television. Yeah. So we shall see where Mr. Druckmann, what stories he has to tell in the TLL universe.
Yes, and he's doing a great job.
I'm assuming you watched the live action?
I've seen the live action up until episode 4. I'm still like slowly making my way through it because it's really heavy. Yeah. I haven't watched it in a while. I think after episode 3 I was like I need to take a moment. I've taken a long beat though. I've been wanting to revisit it again. It's a brilliant show.
I'm assuming you've done your research and you played part 1, and are you enjoying the little minute changes mm-hmm. in the story structure and how things unfold? I am. I feel like everything that was added it made sense that they were like upping the stakes for the TV format. And I feel like so far, at least from what I've seen, everything that was added was done really tastefully and really well, and it like added to the story. And so I'm excited to finish watching the rest of season 1 and see what else happened. Yeah, like with I think the biggest things that, you know, I noticed were just like they changed it to make it a little more urgent. Mm-hmm. Like with the like Marlene being like, you need to take Ellie right now. So it made sense that they were like, we're just raising all the stakes up super high. And then, do you want to answer some questions from your lovely fan base?
Noah said, "Let's go Pride nails." Thanks. You know how to get the trans Pride nails.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Oh,
yeah. Cool. Yeah, I just painted these a couple days ago, so they're pretty fresh.
Yeah, I was actually probably gonna do that for WeHo Pride because it's blue.
That's this weekend.
This Sunday.
Sunday. Also, that we've got kind of like some bisexual lighting in the studio.
That's not intentional.
Not intentional, but a nice little Surprise.
And then the next one we have is from Adrian, who writes, quote from The Last of Us Part 2, please, what's going on between you and your friend Owen? It seems really awkward. Thank you very much.
And Abby's like, oh my god, Lev, now? Like, right now? Please. Okay, let's see if I can... I'm gonna try to fit the quote on the top and then do signature on the bottom.
We have silver, too, or pink or blue if you want to.
Okay. Oh.
Get ones that sort of pop a little bit more.
Well, do you think the pink would show up on the black?
I think
or
the
maybe
blue
gold?
might be... Blue might be a little bit...
Either
poppier.
gold or silver,
Yeah.
maybe. I think I might do...
We have
this one.
I want to test it out or something. We have another one. So.
Okay. Let's see how this one goes. What's going on between you and your friend Owen? It seemed really awkward. What's going on? It's just like, she's like, oh my god, live now. But it's really sweet because he's trying to, keep her out of her head.
Mm.
Because she's so afraid in that moment. What's going on between you and your friend Owen? It seemed really awkward. Cute. Alright. Thank you, Adrian. I'll put your name on this one as well, because I just realized I forgot to do that. Okay. For Adrian. Thanks, Adrian. Thank you.
That's probably one of my favorite just little traits of Lev is that he has this sort of naivety about him. That it's like it's a charming innocence.
Mm-hmm.
Was that in the script, or was that something you sort of imbued into the character as you just sort of discovered who they were?
Yeah, that was definitely written into the script. It was intentional, but I think the more that Laura Bailey and I interacted, the more the writers were inspired to kind of create, to dive into that relationship more and to create more interactions between them. Because initially, they were going in a different direction with Lev, and they, after I think like a few scenes, decided to kind of push that relationship a little more. So it was really sweet that I inspired like Lev's part being bigger and more meaningful to the story.
Did you, when you played the first one, did you try to take any elements from sort of Allie's naivety about the world a little bit and try to, because they do have similar backgrounds. They have very sheltered sort of childhoods.
Mm-hmm.
They have very traumatic childhoods. And they're still these very young babies out in this very messed up world.
Yeah, like they were both born they were raised in this like really dark, terrible world. But they still have just like so much innocence and like very like a bright, positive outlook, despite everything. I wasn't, maybe subconsciously, but I wasn't intentionally pulling inspiration from Ashley Johnson's performance. Incredible work. Love Ashley, and she's such a sweetheart as well. But I was mostly pulling from like the earlier parts of my childhood because I was raised very religious and very sheltered and conservative. So I could actually really relate to Lev being a part of a really strict, really intense religious cult. So I was just kind of like, oh, what would I have said, or how would I have acted when I was like, 12 or 13 and just starting to learn like what a trans person is. And like, it kind of put me back a few years, because when we started filming I was 15 or 16. So yeah, it put me kind of in the headspace of where I was like late middle school, early high school. And that was really challenging. But it's kind of similar to the headspace that I was in playing one of my other characters, Brother, who also is in a religious cult in the film. And so there's a pattern.
There's a theme.
There's
in
a
your
theme.
Career, in your early career of people escaping religious cults.
Yeah, yeah, and it makes sense considering that was like very, very close to my real life experience. So,
and I'm sure a lot of queer people can relate to that. A lot of people have escaped, maybe not cults, but some strict fundamentalist sort of stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, no, there have been a lot of people that have, come forward and been like, I really, really resonate with your character in The Last of Us, or really, because they can personally relate. It's a really common experience.
Not saying I could relate, but I can a little.
A little.
There's a little smidgen there.
There's pieces of it that are pretty common experiences for
I think
trans
for
people.
Just the queer community in general. And our next one is from Max Blue,
who
unfortunately doesn't have a quote, so I think that's just dealer's choice if you want to do anything for that or not.
Ooh, okay. Now I'm going to say Max Blue and... I'm going to go over that again because I forgot this one is a little
we have an extra if you'd like to...
pigmented. To Max Blue. I think I remember Max either buying one before, like the first little test run that I did of my Streamily. The name seems familiar.
It might have.
Okay, this one's to Max, and I said cold. Thanks, Max. Onyx Garden said, good on the director for letting the character and writing grow. Yeah, I think that's like a really cool part about writing. I haven't, produced anything that I've written, but I love taking inspiration from real life. I mean, that's kind of all writing is. It's just channeling your own experiences through your work and allowing it to kind of just like gain its own life on the page.
Some of the best actors are also co-writers.
Yes.
They're working out the script, they're working out the best way to deliver a piece of dialogue, so...
I love doing that, and I love when I'm able to do that, because there are some projects that are very it's by the book, you can't change it, and then there are other directors or producers that are a little more flexible that are like, oh no, this is a collaborative process. So I love creative collaboration.
I love the collaborative.
Yeah,
that's my mentality. So do you, speaking of collaboration, again, just the difficulty of getting into that physicality, because we've had mocap performers here before, and it's a very awkward suit. So.
Sorry. Oh, standing like a freak in the background. Do you want anything really quick? Just water, sparkling water, anything?
Oh no, I'm okay. Thank you.
Cool. We just have to check in.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
No
so
worries.
Sweet.
So just sort of getting into that physicality while wearing that suit, was it a challenge? Was that your first time doing mocap?
Yeah, it was my first time doing mocap. I would definitely want to do it again. There was there were a few moments it would happen to me, and it happened to I think Ashley and Shannon had a few moments where they're supposed to be intimate, and then your helmets just clang into each other. So there was a moment like that where I think me and Laura were I think supposed to hug or just lean in towards each other to have just a sibling type of moment. And then our helmet cams just clanged against each other, and we were like, oh, okay, gotta figure out a way to try to do that again. So there were a few moments like that where it's just a little awkward. But it really took me back to, I originally started acting doing community theater. Mm-hmm. It really took me back to that, where you're just you're using your imagination. Sometimes, especially in middle school and theater, there's not really elaborate props or sets. And so it reminded me a lot of that, where I'm just using my imagination. It kind of takes me back to that childhood, pretending, that you're a knight fighting, with swords, and it's actually just sticks. Because a lot of all of the prop weapons, a lot of them were just Nerf guns or like foam things that like things that were just like not the actual prop. Yeah, so a lot of it was just like bringing myself back to that playful inner child place that was really sweet and really wholesome actually to visit. Like there's I think a photo of me and Victoria Grace, who played my sister Yara, just playing around with like the fake weapons, because one of the first things that we did before we started filming was we just went into the back room where they just had all their like fake prop things, and we were just like playing around. Like I think I was like playing with like a javelin or something. I don't remember what it was. It, like had like dual swords. I have a lot of really fond memories.
And there was a few good. I feel like that might have translated to the performance with you and the actress that played Yara, because there is that sibling relationship feels genuine in the game, whereas in a lot of games it can kind of feel sort of artificial and hollow. But
yeah,
playing in that universe with Yara, it really does feel honest.
Yeah, I feel like all of the chemistry that you see in the game for The Last of Us, and also like on the other projects I've been in, like all of that was very real. Like for the OA, for example, like I still care very deeply and always will care very deeply about all my castmates on that project. So you really bond when you're on set and you're spending like 15 hours at a time with each other. For weeks or months at a time, and for The Last of Us it was like a couple of years. So they literally watched me like grow up from when I was like 16 to 18. So these people like are a really close part of my life, and I just am really, really grateful that everyone I've met has just been so lovely, and like I'm gonna have them in my life for the rest of it. It's really special.
That's the very strange thing about the film industry. I was looking back at my own career, and I was like, I've known people for like 5 years now in my career. I was like,
yeah,
wow, that's a long time to be knowing someone.
It's a long time. Like they've seen me go through like this like whole evolution of like I've been like 10 different versions of Ian, and I've had like 10 different hairstyles and like several different boyfriends. Like it's just like they're watching me grow up literally. So it's really special.
Should we get back to signing?
Yeah.
And our next one is for Sam. He asks, could you write your favorite quote from Ian, or Lev? I'm getting so confused.
Yeah.
Ian,
Lev. Okay, so to Sam. Favorite quote. Okay, that's a hard one. It's probably from that pep talk, honestly. It's a really good moment. I also love the moment when Abby first like checks in on them and Yara's not doing well, and then Lev is just like, we'll be fine. But that's like a less quotable moment. I just find it really funny because he's just like, don't worry about me, don't worry about what I'm doing. I think I'm gonna do only one week may I carry my true strength. Thank you, Sam. Oops.
And I would say Lev lives up to that a lot because he has a lot of inner strength, I would say.
I would say so. I mean, yeah, he unfortunately has to, and thanks, Sam. I wish he didn't have to be so brave, and that's something that I feel about myself as well. It's just like, wow, I've been through a lot. Wish I didn't have to be so courageous and strong.
Yeah,
but
at some point it's just like, can I just not?
Can I just be just like a regular, like, especially when I was younger, I'd be like, can I just be a teenager? But it also, I mean, it's part of who I am. Oh, my TikTok is like, I have the screen time reminder, so it was like, you've been on TikTok for 30 consecutive minutes. Do you want to take a break? Normally very helpful, not helpful in this situation. Gremlin said, my mom told me that I have a crush on Ellie. Well,
I mean, who doesn't?
It's
Let's
kind of,
be
yeah,
honest.
who doesn't?
Who doesn't have
right?
a crush on Ellie? 'Cause
Yeah.
I did. You know?
Ellie, like Bella Ramsey Ellie, or Ashley Johnson Ellie, or both, all of the above, because they're both incredible actors.
And this one is actually made up to no one.
Okay.
Please write only when I walk my. Oh, so they're asking for the
Yeah,
same quote.
only
Apparently, a
when
lot of
may carry
people
my true strength.
gravitated towards.
Yeah,
this.
it's a great quote. So I'll write the quote at the top. Only when weak may I carry my true strength. Thank you, anonymous person. And here it is. Thanks. Thank you.
I still think my favorite quote from The Last of Us has to be with Fireflies. When you're lost in the darkness, look the light. Because that one,
Find the light, yeah.
that one I can adapt to a lot of things, and it's definitely helped, lately. So I would say that's my favorite quote. But Love doesn't say it at all.
Yeah.
It's just,
No, it is a great quote though. At the Last of Us premiere, they had they made like the red carpet and the after party look like it was a part of the set of the show, which was really cool. And they had spray painted like on the backdrop of the red carpet. They had that quote. They were like, "When in the darkness, find the light." And then after the red carpet was over, they took all the lights out, and so then it was just completely dark on the red carpet. So like as we were like leaving, you could just kind of walk through the darkness, and then they had spotlights just like shining on the quote. It was really, really cool. Whoever the team that they had set up that premiere, they did that. They really did that, and they deserve credit for that.
Yeah, although I think
really cool.
Abby, technically, I think she might have says it at one point because she is a Firefly, so I think she might say it. So I always just enjoyed that one.
Still down to do that, The Last of Us 3, where we see Abby and Lev as Fireflies doing
You think Love would join?
Firefly activities. I think he does. Yeah,
Okay.
I think he absolutely would.
I feel like he would too.
He may be a little hesitant to join a group of any kind after his trauma, but he may eventually.
He would make an exception.
Yeah, he'd make an exception. Yeah.
Well, they're fighting for a nobler cause, I would say.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that.
And then, so this one is for Travis Mott. He doesn't ask for any specific quotes, so I think it's just, if you want to write something, it's dealer's choice.
It's our first gray one. Looking good. I loved how I was able to contribute, like my own like creative direction for the look of gray in this season. Okay, so to Travis Scott. I'm trying to think of
A
good quote for Gray. I mean, the one that came to the top of my mind was in the episode where he's first introduced and he's talking to Adira. He's like, they're like, "Oh, well, you're like perfect now," and he's like, "I was already perfect. That's why you love me." Josh said Trill Water ads in the last season. There's this inside joke. So I made a joke about one of my fans made a joke about Trill Water because the caves of Makala, and I was like, what if like gamer girl bath water, but it's Trill Water instead? And so one of my Twitch regulars, who's also one of my mods, Chris, made like an ad, and I did the voiceover for it for Trill Water. So it's like you can buy a jar of Trill Water.
I feel like if Trills existed on Earth, they would be gamer girls or gamer boys. Yeah. And I'm like, that would, in my head, that makes sense.
It would make sense. And I know some of y'all would probably drink it, but I would have to put a disclaimer that says, like, do not drink this. Do not. This will make you sick. But just a little side tangent. So to Travis. To Travis Scott.
Mott, I think. M-O-T.
Oh, Mott.
Mott. M-O-T.
Is there?
Yeah, there's an extra. Don't worry. There's.
My bad. That's on me.
It's okay.
reading comprehension skills. Not the greatest.
There you
Oh,
go.
these are like the little.
We have a spare one.
Thank you.
I'll just take that.
Like, who am I? Am I thinking of like a castmate of mine or something named Travis Scott, or is there someone like a famous actor or something? Okay, to Travis Mott. Going to spell your name correctly this time.
M-O-T-T.
Let's see, Josh, Destiny, do you have any favorite Gray quotes? Because I'm like trying to think of one. I know that there are some huge Discovery fans watching my Twitch. Either that or I'll like say you're great, but like gray. Hi Alex. Hello. Hi Alex on Instagram. They said I love your style. Thank you. Thanks so much. I think for now I'm just gonna put my name at the bottom. And Dusty said, quit delaying, go, Gray to Adira. Is that when... I'm trying to remember what scene that was. Was that in season 3? Or was that season 4?
I think that might have been season 4 on the hologram?
Maybe.
That's what it sounds like to
Everything
me.
with Discovery has like blurred together in my memory. Especially when we were like filming during 2020, that whole season 4 is just like a blur. Ryan said thank you for the autograph. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for ordering. Good, great quote. That is from season 4, is what Destiny said. I think I'm probably gonna go with my. You're great.
Are you sort of saddened by the Discovery coming to an end after 5 seasons?
Yeah, I know that was not their intention. Thank you, Travis. I know that they wanted to go on for more seasons, so I'm sad that they just didn't get to have their full run. Yeah, but we did get 5 seasons, which is a lot more than...
One more than the original.
Yeah, one more than the original, also more than a lot of shows get.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than the OA got, for sure. So I'm just grateful that I got to be a part of it for 3 seasons, and that I have now these amazing people in my life for the rest of it. Like, I get to see them at least once a year for Star Trek Day. So like all these people that are like family to me, I get to see. Like Star Trek Day really is like a family reunion. Like every time I go, I'm just like, I'm seeing all of these people I haven't seen in a while. And it's really nice.
I think Patrick Stewart had like said the same thing. He's like, I thought what I thought was just going to be one job turned into this huge lifelong experience, and Star Trek fans are very, very vocal, very
and super
involved
sweet.
In the community.
So dedicated, very loyal. I have been told many times by many castmates and people who have come to my table at conventions just being like, if you want, you're in this for life. And I've just been like, thank you, like y'all are really sweet. And I just appreciate that everyone is so supportive of me and of my character. And it makes sense because a lot of people hadn't seen themselves represented on screen, and so my favorite interactions are with like trans people of all ages. Like I've had people who are like this tall, they're like maybe like 7 or 8 or I guess 7 or 8 year old maybe this tall, and I've had people who are like in their 60s or 70s coming up and just being like I'm also trans, like thank you for the work that you do, and it just like makes me so emotional every time, especially like the trans elders where they're just like, I've been out for like 30 plus years and like seeing you do what you do is really cool and really proud of you. And I'm just like, I'm like, trying not to cry at the autograph table right now. Yeah, those
I've been
are
out for 5
really
years.
fulfilling
I
moments.
feel like an elder already, and I've only been out for 5.
Aw.
like I'm old.
Oh no, I'm so young, but since I have been out since I was like 14,
Mhm.
yeah, it's been like 8 years for me. And one of my friends, who's another trans actor, Dua, they referred to me as like the founding father.
Oh.
Because I was like talking about trans representation, and I think I was like talking about how it's really cool that Bella Ramsey like came out as non-binary, and I was like, you know, really excited for them. And, you know, I just was talking about trans representation, and they were just like, well, you are our founding father. And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna put that on my bio,
Yeah.
my resume.
Founding father.
Founding father. Yeah, I think instead of the, what's it, Mount Rushmore, it should be like me, Elliot Fletcher, and
One
like
of the Wachowski sisters
the
somewhere.
Wachowski sisters, Laverne Cox.
Yeah.
I'm screaming.
Did you do any research for getting into Grey? Because, you know, Trills have had this huge history. You know, in the 90s, that was the closest they got to trans representation was the Trills in DS9. So did you look back at any of like the key episodes of not Kira Nerys?
Deep Space Nine.
Dax, Jadzia.
Dax, yeah, Jadzia Dax, yeah. So I watched a bit of Deep Space Nine. I really enjoy Deep Space Nine. Like I love the format of it and the energy of it. It's different and I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jadzia Dax is, you know, my Trill ancestor. I also found it really cool that I was also like creating canon for my character. Like there was a moment when we were filming the scene where you know, Grey dies and is like transferred into Adira's body, and we were like, what color is Trill blood? We actually like didn't know.
Yeah,
like
didn't
no
know.
one really knew because I don't think it had been established on screen, and so they had to like, they were like, we have to call Michelle Paradise, like we have to call like we have to like, and so they like called her up just to check. So like just like little moments like that where they're like, yeah, I don't think this has like ever been seen on screen before for the Trill. So it was like a pretty new venture into new canon lore for Star Trek.
Yeah, I didn't realize we've never seen Trill blood up until Discovery. That's actually new to me. Wow, and I call myself a fan. I need to watch more Trek, apparently.
How dare you not know the blood color of Trill? It's like such a specific thing.
Wow, that's news.
You're like sweating nervously. You're like,
I
oh
was
man,
like, oh my god, I didn't know this. So our next one.
To be fair, no one else knew
That's
either.
true. If we
None
didn't
of
do
us
research,
knew.
you guys, you know, no one knew.
No
so,
one knew.
What was it like working with the Kiva and all the crew at like Secret Hideout and all the writers of on Discovery, because they're just as passionate as the fans.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was a really cool experience. I mean, I was not a huge Trekkie. My parents both were, so all of my exposure to Star Trek was through them. Like I watched a lot of TNG growing up, and always like felt really represented by George Takei, which is why it was so cool to meet him. And I got to like thank him personally for the representation that he brought for the Asian American community and for the queer Asian American community. And he was so sweet. But yeah, so it was a huge moment where I was like, oh my god, like my mom is gonna like lose her mind when she sees these photos. And my dad too, because they're both huge nerds. So am I. But yeah, it was really cool being a part of like something that is like predated my existence. Like I just kept thinking about it. I kept thinking like, oh my god, like this franchise has literally been alive for longer than I have. It's just really such a cool and like humbling experience. And everyone who works on the show is a fan, which is also, it's really cool. And you know, there are people like me who had grown up watching it because their parents were really into it. So there's like sort of this like generational like passing down a tradition of
You
like
could say
watching.
the next generation.
The next
generation.
Yeah, so it felt really special to be a part of like this legacy.
That's really cool. Our next one is from Kaylee C. If I'm saying their name correctly, please correct me if I'm not. We have another loved one.
Thank you, Kaylee.
A lot of people like Lev, apparently.
Yes. Oh, they love Lev. They love Lev, even. Two.
And they don't have any special instructions, so if you want to write your own quote, dealer's choice.
Ailey Olvera said, hi, I love you. Oh, thanks. Love you too. Okay, so to Kaylee. And here you go, Kaylee. Thank you so much. Thanks, Kaylee.
And then another gray one, but I'm kind of curious as to hear, will Gray be in season 5? Can you tell us that or not?
I can't confirm that he will be in season 5. I can't talk about how or when or for how long, but yes, he will appear in season 5.
That's good that you get to sort of conclude the series with them as well, instead of just fading into the mid of it, but you get to be along for the finishing of the ride. I think would be.
Yeah, I will say they did try to, like, it's not like they planned on the show ending at season 5, but there was closure for the end. So I'm glad they were able to do that.
Still a year away, 2024.
I think so. Cool. I think that's what I've heard, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah. I remember reading that. I was like, huh. I'm gonna miss this. Do you hope for like a Lower Decks cameo? Because
Oh, that would be really cool.
They're doing a crossover with Strange New Worlds.
Yeah. No, that would be it would be super cool. Even if I'm like not playing my character on Lower Decks, I could just be like a little guy. It's just like a little cameo. That would be really fun.
Yeah,
and I adore Tawny, so it would be really cool to work with her.
Okay, so they all heard it. You want to have a Lower Decks cameo.
Manifesting, putting it out to the universe of Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram. Y'all heard it first.
Okay, so our next one is for Josh. That's a great one. They say it's my birthday, which is on June 5th, so however you do this for the occasion.
Awesome. Thank you, Josh. I know that you're watching here on Twitch. Okay, to Josh. Is there... okay, no, I feel like I have to write something about Trill Water. Because I know that Josh would probably find that amusing. I'm trying to think, like, take a shot of Trill Water for your birthday. I think that's what I'm going to do. Happy birthday. Have a shot of some Trill Water. This is gonna be an ongoing joke for the rest of my life. Like, I'm gonna be like 80 years old. I'm gonna be like, remember when?
There's gonna be a fan at some con that's gonna come up with like a glass bottle that's gonna have a custom label that says Trill Water. It's gonna be a whole thing.
It's gonna be a whole thing. It absolutely will, and I'm so happy that we are keeping this going.
I was gonna make a joke in that, like, my Trill Water is my estrogen.
Yeah. Okay, and signing this at the bottom. Thank you, Josh. I hope you have an amazing birthday. Doing whatever makes you happy. Thank you, Josh. Thanks. Thank you. Super Boot said, have a shot of Trill Water as a birthday treat. As a treat. It is a good joke. It's a really good joke.
I mean, I would love to taste Trill Water. Like, if If it could speed up the process of transitioning, I would totally take a shot of it.
It's got magical healing properties.
Yeah, it's like,
you know?
oh yeah, totally. It speeds up transitioning by like 2 years. I'm like, great, give me that.
It's magical juice. You could inject the true water.
I don't do needles very well, so
is it pill form?
It's
for you?
pill form for me because
okay.
the doctors were like, you could, just
There's
every 2
other,
weeks,
yeah.
and I'm just like, do I have to do it myself? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do this.
I know some people. So I don't have a fear of a phobia of needles at all, but I do know some people who like they'll go into the doctor's office to get it done by someone else, and then I know some people who do gel, like testosterone gel instead, but I don't know if they have that for estrogen actually.
We have patches for estrogen.
Patches.
I think we're now telling people how to transition, and if you guys want to do HRT, we could do that. But yeah, we have another one from
Miriam.
How to say it?
Miriam, last name
Strasberg,
Strasberg, I think.
Yeah. And that's another Lev one, and they're asking, hi, would love any of your favorite quotes from Lev. Loved your work, especially the OA, and of course, The Last of Us. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Miriam. I also just realized I haven't been writing the numbers on the back.
Oh,
Should
I have been.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it. Cool, thank you for doing that. Your fave quote from Lev, I think I'm just gonna keep it consistent with the true strength quote. Rock and Lit said, come on, hair, thank you. Oh, yeah, the fuchsia purple has been having its moment. I'm in my purple era. So to Miriam Strasberg. And to Only 1 week, may I carry my true strength. Only 1 week, may I carry my true strength. Thank you, Miriam. I appreciate you. Thank you.
It's a really good photo of Lev. Should we remind our audience that if you want to purchase one of these, still can? And,
Yes. So the link is in my bio if you want to buy any of these prints. We have extras, and I can sign them live right now while I'm here. Otherwise, you'll have to wait until the next signing event I do. So do you have a MacBook charger? Because I think it is actually starting to...
Let me get one. Let me just text my team real quick so we can get one in.
This is the fastest that my battery has ever drained. But it's probably because I'm streaming, I just realized. Hello, everyone.
Okay, I will get you a Mac charger as soon as I can.
Thank you.
So was that your favorite left foot then? Is what everyone's been asking for? Okay.
I think so, because it's the moment when Lev, like in a mentor and mentee relationship, there's like all those moments of like the student becomes the teacher, and that was a really beautiful moment where Lev gets to share his wisdom. Thank you so much. Thank you.
That won't work. Just need to make sure. That's good.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
Like in real quick.
Thank you so much. But yeah, it was a cool moment where Lev got to be able
Sort
to
of the
share.
role
Yeah,
for
he could share his wisdom because he has a lot of wisdom and a lot of life experience. And Abby's teaching him about like the outside world, and then Lev is teaching her that she doesn't always have to be big and tough and strong. She is very, very buff and strong, but also like no one can be perfect all the time. And so he's able to just kind of coach her through that her worst fear, her fear of heights.
And they're both sort of going through the same journey because she's escaping the wolves, you're escaping the scars. They're both sort of bonded by sort of the trauma they've shared from their collective groups. You know, they've lost people. Lev lost his mom. Abby lost her dad. Obviously, it's the driving factor for that part of the game, I would say.
Yeah, and they both lose Yara. I mean, for Lev, it's a harder loss.
It's a harder loss.
It's a sister, but yeah, they both have a lot of grief, and there's so much grief. But then they're able to, commiserate and then like support each other through that, and then have moments where they're just joking around and like bantering.
Yeah,
and they're able. It reminds me of how Joel has lost, so much in his life and he's grieving, but then he's able to like actually enjoy life again with Ellie and like joke around and just have like, silly little moments of humor.
Sort of just be a person again.
Just be a person, yeah. It's like life is not all about suffering. You can actually enjoy it too sometimes.
That's sort of a core theme, I would say, in The Last of Us.
Yeah. The world is burning, but at least we can still laugh with each other.
Yeah.
And mourn with each other. I mean, like, it's all necessary.
Yeah.
All of the emotions.
It's a sort of shared bonding experience that these characters, for better or worse, they all have in that universe. And our next one is for Ash. Again, I think you're just another...
For Alan?
Alan, sorry, I misread that. And so, there you go. I think you're just going to write the same quote as before.
Yeah. To Alan. Thank you, Alan. I'm going to do only 1 week. May I carry my true strength? Only 1 week. May I carry my true strength? Thank you, Alan. Let's see. Anna asked, have you met Pedro Pascal? No, I have not. I did not see him at the premiere. Thank you, Alan. Thanks.
Now, would you like to meet Pedro Pascal?
I would love to meet him. I would. I will say, I haven't seen The Mandalorian.
Okay.
So his only work that I've seen, I think, is The Last of Us. But I really loved him as Joel. I thought he brought, his performance really honored the character in a beautiful way.
And sort of expanded it, too.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways that I don't think they could do in the game. But, like his panic attacks that he has and just sort of the little moments he has. So you've never seen any of his work, not from, like, Narcos or Game of Thrones or...
I haven't seen Game of Thrones, so I haven't seen Bella Ramsey's work either. I haven't seen... Narcos, no. So I'm inexperienced. I'm inexperienced in the world, in the Pascal multiverse.
Yeah.
But I would love to see more of his work because he really bodied it as Joel.
Yeah. And he's a huge supporter of the community. He has a trans sister.
I do know about that. Yeah.
Who's I always love seeing photos of him in love and just like, oh. It's good. It's a big sibling is good to have sometimes.
Yes. Yeah, we always need allies. Happy Pride Month. Oh, this one's for Chris.
And then
this is the one who made the Trill Water ad and also is one of my Discord and Twitch mods. Shout out to Chris. I don't know if he is here because it is late over there in the UK, but maybe he'll see the VOD later.
Let me just write it real quick because I forgot to do that.
Thank you, Chris. He said, could you add some motivational and uplifting words? Okay. I did see this when I was like looking at the orders and I was like trying to think of like motivational quote. I think I'm going to use them either black or pink. Which do you think? I want to see how the pink looks. I'm quite curious by the pink. Yeah, and it kind of matches. So this is some of my original art. This is a watercolor, a scan of a watercolor piece that I did in 2018 for my AP art portfolio because I took AP art in high school. So to Chris. Ooh, this looks really good on this print. To Chris. And I think I wanted to say something along the lines of like keep keep shining, something about like the bright light that he has within him. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna say like you have, trying to figure out the best way to write it on here without blocking the black.
Maybe on the chest?
Mm-hmm. You have a beautiful bright light within you. Keep shining. And I'll go ahead and sign it here at the bottom. Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much for everything that you do for me on Discord and Twitch. I appreciate you a lot. And this is for you. Oh, my TikTok is like,
Oh.
you've been on here for too long. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go.
Do you need a charger for your phone?
I might need a charger. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. I know you're probably watching it on Twitch.
Yeah.
This is a fuchsia hot pink.
I'll put this right here for when you need it.
Thank you. Let's see if this will show up in the frame.
We're just running out of juice on everything.
Running out
We're
of
just-
juice. There we go. The batteries. Yeah, thank you, Chris. And next is Angela.
Love. Angelo?
Angelo. Another love.
Another left print. And
Another love.
again, they're not asking for anything special, so.
Cool. To Angelo. Thank you. And let's see. I think I'm gonna switch it up and I'm gonna say he uses just a traditional bow and arrow.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I was like, does he? What is his weapon again? I always forget.
Thank you, Angelo. Thank you. All right.
Did you do any archer training, or they were just do the motions, or?
I mean, I've done archery before, not like professionally or
Yeah.
anything, but just for fun. So they just kind of went over the basics again, but I kind of already knew how to hold it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
it would be really cool if I, maybe for the series did get some training in archery, because I would love to be able to actually shoot something off of the top of something through an apple. That would be sick. That would be so sick.
I think the in-production insurance would be you can't shoot something off the top of an apple or something.
That's in my writer. I'm like, this is my one rule for joining onto the series. I must be able to shoot the apple off the top of a mannequin's head, or else I'm not doing it. Just
that'd be a fair clause in the contract. Listen, just arrow off a mannequin. Just that's it. That's all I need.
That's all I ask. I think I can do it. I think I have the dedication, the tenacity.
Well, I think Bella, they did some training for the series. I think horseback riding
Oh,
and
cool.
some stuff like
That's
that.
sick. I didn't know that. It's possible.
Yeah, I'm sure the training for that series is pretty intensive, because it's a very physically active show.
Mhm. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, no, I would love to do some of my own stunts. I think that would be pretty cool. Not all of them, but
Who would be the ideal casting for Abby, do you think?
I don't know, actually. I mean, Laura Bailey would be my top pick, just because I love working with her. But I know that they're probably going to try to match someone with, the physicality of Abby, because she's so
Beefy.
buff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I have no idea. I know that there have been some suggestions thrown up there, but I'm not familiar with any of those actors' work. So I don't know. I will leave that up to you all to debate in the TikTok comments and Instagram posts.
And our next one is for Kaylin. Again, they have a lot of people are asking for quotes right now. What is up with that?
It's alright. Just give them a random dice roll. Okay, so to Kaylin. Hello, everyone on Instagram who's joining. Welcome. Ali said, I love you so much. Love is my favorite character. Oh, thank you. Wow, what an honor. Favorite character.
I feel like you'd probably be a lot of people's favorite, I would say.
Oh, thanks. That's like, I'm really honored because there's so many cool characters. May I carry my true strength?
I don't remember if we get to play as Lev, though.
No,
Okay.
he's not a playable character.
Are you hoping for that in part 3 or something?
I hope so. I mean, it would be really cool to have a DLC with like Abby and Lev,
Mhm.
and then you can switch off between the two. I think
Well,
that'd
they
be
did
really
do that for the first one, because they had that DLC where you played as, it's the first time ever, I think,
Mhm.
where you play as Allie,
cool. Mhm.
and then, you switch back to Joel in the main game, so who knows, maybe, I think it would be quite an experience, it would be a very interesting experience to
I think so
play
too.
as Lev, I think.
I
That would
think so
be
too.
kinda
Yeah,
fun.
especially because he's like so much like smaller and scrawnier than
Mhm.
Abby, so they could do some cool things with like the way that like when you switch between Ellie and Abby, like the movement slows down because Abby's like Hulk stomping through.
Well, she's not Hulk stomping.
Yeah, but like
per
that
se.
she's she's just like a little like the movement's a little slower. She turns a little slower because Abby's just a little, or Ellie is a little like scrappier and
Well, I mean, it's the
quicker.
same sort of mechanics as, when you're playing as Ellie in the 1st one,
Mhm.
she's very much like,
quicker and
I wouldn't say scrawny in that one,
Mhm.
but they are speedier, there's a little
Mhm.
bit more of a dynamic to their movement, whereas Joel is
he's
like this
tired.
tank, he's old.
Jaded. He's like, I'm sick of this, and he's just kind of, yeah.
But I have to get another print for this one real quick, so I think
Okay.
we'll come back to that.
Revisit. Okay.
Signing order. Thanks. Looks like here. Using signing. No, thanks. Okay.
Kian/Jupiter said, "Love your hair." Thank you. Gremlins said, "Abby is Batman and Lev is Robin." Ooh, love that dynamic.
Yeah, I can
very
see
much like the sidekick who's learning and like has kind of been taken under the wing of Batman. I can see that. That would be some cute fan art. Someone should draw that. Someone should draw Abby as Batman and Lev as Robin. That would be real cute.
So let me go with that one because that's what we have right now. Sorry, we had a little bit of a hiccup. I just need to print one more out for you. So this one is for Ashley
and Paxton.
Paxton. They said their favorite quote is cold.
Yeah.
Which, not sure what that means, but okay.
It's Abby is trying to teach Lev slang, and so she like says like, oh, like that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, what do you mean cool? Like it's like cold in temperature. And so then later on, he finds something amusing or finds something interesting, and he's like, oh, cold. And
Yeah.
Abby's like, you're
almost right.
so close.
That's the conversation where he's like, you're kind of a punk on Lev, and he's like, what is that
What is
mean?
that? Yeah. There's so many cute moments like that. Okay, so to Ashley Paxton. Thank you, Ashley and Paxton. Cold. And here you go to the two of you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, thank you for resubscribing, Onyx Garden. Thank you so much.
But yeah, that's actually one of my favorite moments from that sequence is where he's just like, what's a punk? And it's just like, he's so innocent, he doesn't know what a punk is, and it's just so cute. But there are moments of that where, she teaches him just normal slang terms and like how to, I guess, break his shell. Did you find that sort of fun to do? Just,
it was really fun. Yeah. I mean, it's a little hard to play a character that is so sheltered, but as I mentioned earlier, I just kind of pulled from my early childhood experience of being like, what is a trans person? You know, what is a non-binary person? You know, just like those moments where I genuinely didn't know what certain things meant. And then just using a different word instead of that.
Having someone sort of like explain it to you and like, oh, that's what that is.
Or looking it up online, being like, tumblr.com.
Tumblr, yeah, Tumblr's
Tumblr.
Tumblr's a great resource.
It is.
So our next one is for Alex.
Okay.
I don't think they're asking for a quote. So, you know, feel free to endorse that as you wish.
Okay, to Alex. Trying to think of what I would want to say to Alex. It's sending much love. Sending so much love. And just gonna sign here at the bottom.
Just ignore the noise in the background.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you. Thank you, Alex. Hi, Neox Dragon. Welcome, welcome. Destiny said, I hope he gets another bow for part 3 since the Rattlers took it. He really just got smacked, knocked out, robbed, and then sold into, like, he was like sold into human trafficking with him and Abby. You're going through it.
The Rattlers are I think everyone can unanimously agree the Rattlers are just jerks. Like, everyone hates them, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like if part 3 was to focus on them, I feel like Abby and Allie and, you know, Lev would just be like, yeah, let's team up and take them down because they just suck.
Everyone has that common enemy for sure. Yeah.
That is actually true. So, you know, that sequence, did it feel very weird to... I mean, I don't know how you guys filmed that in the mocap, but was that a hard thing to just get into emotionally, to just, you know, have the wind knocked out of you, see Abby beaten to shreds and dragged out, and just... Because they do have a lot taken from them in that sequence.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't any more challenging than the rest of it. I would say probably the hardest scenes emotionally were the ones where Abby is confronting Ellie and Dina, and Lev is like, please don't. Like, Abby, you do not want to kill a pregnant person. Like, you don't want that on your conscience. And he says it in only a few words. He's just like, Abby, don't. But I think those were, heavier because there was just so much, like, grief and weight to it. And then also, like, when they discover the really tragic things that happen. Like, yeah. I don't even really want to say it. But with the Rattlers, it just, like, it happens so quickly, and it sort of, like, takes them by surprise. They were just kind of like, oh, of course this would happen to them. Like,
I don't know, for me, that sequence where she's just telling him to, you know, leave him alone towards Lev, and it's just the way she screams it. And it's very primal in her delivery of it.
She's very protective.
Yeah, that sequence did kind of have an impact on me, because I'm like,
I got you.
Yeah, I was like, that's not easy to watch.
Yeah. I think, well, also maybe a reason why those scenes are a little less heavy for me is because I was just really excited to work with Logic. It was really cool, and he was a really cool guy, so I think there was part of me that was just like geeking out. I was like, I'm getting kidnapped by Logic right now.
That's a weird sentence.
It was a really weird sentence to say.
Like, I'm getting kidnapped. Oh, wait, I had to be serious in this scene.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh. What a shame.
Our next one is for
Super Boots. Yeah, this is she's over here on Twitch. Thanks, Boots. No quote for this one, so I'm just gonna say to Super Boots, aka Boots. Bootsany. Her name is Bethany, so I call her Bootsany sometimes. And I'm just gonna put a little. Oh, I should have been doing this in her favorite color. Let's see if this will show up on the dark part. It might not. Let's do a little test. No, it doesn't show up super well. Switch back to black. Or actually, black on a dark image is not working, so let's use silver. Yeah, just do silver with it. Trying to think of something that's like an inside joke between us. Thank you for all your love and support. From heart. Smiley face. Alright, thank you, Super Boots. Oh, Super Boots said Mitski quote? Oh, dang. I mean, I already wrote, but let me think.
What's a good Mitski quote?
Good Mitski quote. Or I could also say, like, aka fellow Mitski stan.
Is that what the fans are called?
Mitski's fan base? I don't actually know. Is there a word for Mitski's fan base?
Someone was kind of was just telling me a joke. They're like, "Of course you're trans and you like Mitski." I was like, "Is that a problem? I'm not seeing
like,
the issue here."
You're like, and it's a stereotype for a reason. Oh, this was gifted to Super Boots, so this is actually a surprise to her. So one of our other, I think Chris was the one that. I think Chris is the one that surprised you with this. Well, thank you, Bethany. I'm going to thank you, Chris, for getting this for Bethany. Say, aka fellow Mitski lover.
I mean, her music is pretty good.
It's really good.
Not gonna lie.
Yes. No, she gets me. She gets me.
When they gave me that, I was like,
she's just like me. Alright, thank you. And then this next one, I think is also another surprise. This one's for Jess.
Yeah, from your Out magazine appearance.
My Out magazine shoot that I did with iPad down. Oh no, sorry y'all. Let me prop this up against this instead.
That was an accident, sorry. Tech issue.
Oh boy. Okay.
You're just watching it and now.
Timber. iPad down. So this one's for Jess. Jess said, what? Yeah, this is a surprise, I think, from Chris. Jess, is there anything that you would like to have me write on this specifically?
Are they asking for another Mitski quote?
Jess is not a Mitski fan, I don't think, but let's see, to Jess. Ooh, okay, wait, no, I thought of something. Give Sir Gray Boots. That's, their dog. Who is named after my character, Gray.
Gray Boots.
Yeah.
Aw, that's cute.
A kiss from me And if there's anything else that you would like, you want a Tuyen quote? Oh boy, what's a good Tuyen quote? I'm trying to think. I'm gonna say, "Are you jealous, Rufus?" So, I played a D&D campaign on Twitch with some of my Star Trek Discovery castmates, and we called it Disco Does D&D. Thank you, Chris, for getting this surprise for Jess. And my character is this musical theater kid. He's a water genasi pirate boy who throws knives and can bend water. So he's just a very flirtatious, very solicitous waterbender. And his like main personality trait, I just made this character flirt with literally any moving like thing that could speak. So like literally any other like player or character that they interact with, he hits on. So he hits on like Blue's character named Rufus. And there's a moment where my character has
Did it shut down?
Oh no, my laptop died.
No, there was plenty of time. I was charging.
It was charging.
It might have overheated.
Oh no.
Oh,
We lost Twitch.
You want to just inform your Twitch caller?
I might have to.
Yeah.
Oh.
You have your phone near you, or?
My phone is being used for the
I
live stream.
think-
I could also quickly go on to my Twitch chat here. TVs.
Sorry, folks, we are dealing with one quick issue. We will be
Technical
back.
difficulty. My laptop died. Oh.
Oh.
I have to log in. Oh no. I can see them chatting though. Hopefully they can all migrate over to one of these other sites.
I'm sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It happens. It wouldn't be one of my streams without a technical difficulty. I feel like I kind of always have. Those happen. Yeah, the Twitch stream is down. My laptop just simply decided to no longer be alive. But if you could let everyone know to migrate over here. I tried to type in the chat, but I'm not logged in on this computer. So, sorry, y'all. Thanks for migrating over here, Super Boobs. If you could let everyone else know to come over to either Instagram or TikTok, but let me charge this device so that doesn't happen. Sorry, y'all.
One more. Let me just make sure it's plugged in.
Does this work? Or does this work? Oh, now I'm upside down. No. Okay.
I'm just trying
Pardon me
to
for
we
one
can do
moment.
this real quick. Sorry.
Rose Round said, "Happy Pride Month. Love you in The Last of Us 2. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you, Elsie. Hello, Jess. Welcome.
Oh my god.
Sorry about the Twitch.
Titan, Jesus.
The Twitch thing giving out.
I think if we can get it like that, it should be
Got
fine.
an iPad stand here. I've never seen one of these before.
I think we can hold it like that and it should be fine. Oh no, that's not enough. Just go like that. It should be good.
Yay!
Oh, just bend it down. Oh, I have an idea. Bend it like that. Is that better?
Oh, Boots said, "Ian, did you see my request about Hammock is Life?" I did not. Would you like me to? Yeah, make it show back out. Hammock is love. Hammock is life.
Oh, I'm in the screen now and I don't know how I feel.
Oh, wait, here, I can adjust it
Yeah.
a little more towards. You're like, no, I want to be the disembodied voice.
Yeah, I just
On
want to
the
be
corner.
the spirit in the background and just there you
Okay.
go. That's better.
You were still,
I'm vaguely in the background. It's okay.
Still
it's
very
okay.
shy.
There's a reason why I chose behind the scenes instead of acting as a career path.
hammock is life. All right, y'all, we're back on track. All right, I did update this with hammock is life. So that's for you, Boots, and then this one is for Jess. And we can go on to the next one.
I think the name is Odalane?
Is it? It looks like Ocean?
Ocean.
Or Ocean?
Yeah, they said, hello, would it be possible to add this quote from your character? Only one week may I carry my truth stink. Why can't I read that right? Thank you, love from France. So that might be why we can't pronounce the name.
Thank you, all the way from France. Thank you so much. Hammock is live. So my one of my mods, Boots, loves laying in a hammock. That's like her main like self-care activity. So she'll always like send selfies from like her hanging out in the hammock. And they keep telling me to get a hammock as well. And I do have one, I just keep forgetting to use it when I'm outside in the park. So to Ocean.
It might be Ocean, I think that might be how you pronounce that? It might be.
It's a very beautiful name, a French name, I think. I guess they said hello from France, or love from France.
Have you been to France yet?
I have not. I have never been. I have been to London, and I have been to Scotland once, and I went to Germany for the first time recently for a sci-fi convention called FedCon. It's really cool.
And I imagine Toronto quite a bit with disco and all that, because I believe they shoot up there.
Mm-hmm. Although Toronto is very very English centric, so I heard some French while I was there, but not a lot.
Yeah. You go next door to Quebec and you'll hear nothing but French and poutine, and I don't like poutine.
Poutine, I've tried it a couple times, and it's fries with gravy. It's it was exactly what it was. Like I tried it and I was like, yeah, no, that's French fries with gravy and cheese. I didn't know what I expected.
I went to TIFF and they're like, yeah, you have to try poutine. And I got like duck-based poutine. I was like, this was a mistake.
Duck-based poutine sounds like it would be a little better, but okay. So thank you, Ocean. Here you go. Thank you. Gravy and cheese curds. It was exactly that. It was exactly what was advertised. I don't know if I had expected anything else. I'm just gonna adjust this a little.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back
into the corner.
into the gray.
Let's see. There we go.
That's better. Yeah, a little bit better. My face is half cut off.
Nina said, "Love your nails. Happy Pride Month." Thank you. Represent trans pride. Oh my God, what? Thank you for the swan. I've never gone live on TikTok, doing this before, so this is all new to me. I don't know what the swan does. I don't know if that, gives me, points or something.
I didn't know there was a swan on TikTok. I just share my record collection on it. I didn't know you could do other, swan emojis on it.
Yeah. Thank you. Whatever that was, I appreciate it.
So if you could choose, who would be, the next filmmaker or role or series you would want to jump into, another legacy sci-fi series or something?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm trying to think. I think it would be really cool if I were so I am a huge fan of the Marvel character the Winter Soldier. I know I'm already in the Marvel universe in Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, but it'd be really cool to be a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And it'd be really cool to be a prodigy to the Winter Soldier or Bucky Barnes. And that's what I'm manifesting and putting that out into the universe. Or to be a bestie of Spider-Man or something. But Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Okay.
I want them to bring Miles Morales into the cinematic universe, and I would love to be
Are you gonna go watch Across the Spider-Verse this weekend?
Oh my God, yeah, no, I'm so excited. The Into the Spider-Verse is like genuinely one of my favorite movies. Everything Everywhere All at Once is like my first favorite. Into the Spider-Verse is probably like second or third, and then like Moonlight, which is very sad, is like also one of my favorites. So it's like
quite a range of genres you just jumped. I think
the range, yeah.
So would you ever think about doing any Star Wars, or like if that offer came, would that be something you'd be down to do?
I would be down. I think it would also be really cool if they end up making like a series or I don't know, like the prequel or something about Riz Ahmed's character in Rogue One. I really loved his performance as Bodhi, and I would love to work with Riz Ahmed again because I really enjoyed doing work with him on the OA. So it'd be really cool if we worked together again.
I mean, they do have Andor season 2 coming, so who knows? Although I think it's only 2 seasons. We're not getting much of that story from him.
Dang, I still need to watch that.
But you haven't seen The Mandalorian yet.
Yeah. So. No, I need to. Oh man, I have a lot of catching up. To do.
Our next one is another Last of Us one for Bailey, if I remember.
Bailey, yeah.
Bailey, yeah. Hey, same name as my niece. It's not my niece. My niece is only 13, so I'm pretty sure it's not from them.
Maybe it could be though.
Maybe.
That would be funny. To Bailey, thank you, Bailey.
And they're not asking for any quote or anything, so if you want to endorse something, dealer's choice as always.
I'm gonna say you're cold. All right, thank you, Bailey. Thank you so much.
So, again, we can still, if you want to plug in the link to your fans,
yes.
We still have some time.
We still have some time left here in the Streamily studio. If you want an autograph, we do have extra copies, and they can also print out any of the ones that are available on my shop. The link is in my bio on TikTok and on Instagram and on Twitter. And it's streamily.com/Alexander.
And we have plenty left.
Yes.
So if we want, we can jump on in the next 10-20 minutes and purchase right now.
Yeah, within the next 10 to 20 minutes, because after I leave the studio, you'll have to wait until the next event that I do, which may not be for
however long.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we have another one coming up for Shane, if I remember correctly, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And they are asking, hello, and great performance in The Last of Us Part 2. If you want to include your favorite love quote from the game on this, please, that would be awesome. So, your favorite love quote.
Okay, got you. To Shane, thank you so much, Shane. And I'm just gonna keep it classic. When weak, may I carry my true strength. That would be like a really good like motivational quote engraved on something. Like, I feel like it's like a
like the old ones from like the 80s though that had like maybe like a river in the background.
Ooh, yeah, no, it's a very fountain quote
Yeah.
to have. Thank you so much, Shade. Thank you.
That's like one of my favorite things to look at. Like there's an Instagram that just like posts old images of stuff like that, of old motivational quotes, and they're just, some of them are really great, some of them are really wacky, and you're just like, okay, this works.
It's like the weirdest one that you ever saw, if you remember.
God, what was the weirdest one? It was like a quote from a Roxy song or something like that. I was like, isn't that from Avalon or something? And I was like, all right. But we have another one from Vika. It's another great one from Star Trek.
Cool. To Vika.
Best motivational quote. So speaking of motivational quotes.
To Vika. Best motivational quote. I'm like trying to think of like some words of wisdom that I've shared before. Something that's coming to mind is being like, you don't have to be perfect at something. Like you're always doing your best. You don't have to be perfect. I'm trying to think of maybe like a more poetic way to phrase that. Oh, because here they said anything really. Yeah, I'm gonna say you don't have to be perfect. You are more than enough. And thank you so much for getting an autograph, Vika. Thanks. I do have a list of out-of-context quotes, so I feel like those are very unhinged, less motivational. Thank you, Vika. I have this like ongoing list of out-of-context quotes that either I say or people around me say, and going in my phone, and they're all gonna make an appearance. Oh, some of them are not safe to say on stream, but I feel like there was one recently where I asked my friends like what like fantasy creature I would be, and my friend William said like, you're an actual vampire cat boy pretending to be a cat boy, and I was like, yeah, it's true.
I've known many a cat boys. A lot of them, yeah. I would say that's pretty close. I would say.
Yeah.
Even cat girls. Cat girls skirt the line of like,
are they a vampire?
Are you a vampire or are you a cat girl? Which one are you?
Which one? Yep.
That's a very queer-centric topic of conversation.
It is. It absolutely is. Yeah.
It's like one of my favorites. Where it's just like, what animal are we?
Yeah. What fantasy creature?
Fantasy creature are we comparing ourselves to? I've got compared to a centaur. I'm like,
nice.
Okay.
Did that resonate with you? Did you feel like
it did? I was like, yeah, centaurs are majestic but powerful. Okay.
I'm pretty stoic.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah.
I was like, I'll take a centaur. Our next one is for Melva?
Mava? I don't actually know how to pronounce the two dots over here.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to pronounce that.
Mava, thank you.
It's another love one.
Love. So much love for love.
There is quite a lot of love for love, actually.
Yes. So to Mava.
I want to say Mava.
Mava.
Yeah, M-A-E accent mark V-A.
And I'm gonna do you're very cold. I think you're neat, and your name is cool. So thank you. This one is for you, Mava. Thank you. Oh, Mava, there you are. Hi.
And yeah, apparently a lot of love for love.
Yeah.
I think we did this one. Yeah, we did this one.
To Shane.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, we did this one. Last was part 2. Be great, awesome. Yeah, we did that one before. I just don't know why I didn't get marked. So, and then, so any closing thoughts or
thoughts? This has been really cool, y'all. Like seeing all the love and support has been just like very touching, and I'm honored that you all are moved by my work, and I'm equally as moved by you, and appreciate how so many of you have been around since I was like 15. So you've been around for like 7 years. Like, thank you for watching the OA and playing The Last of Us, Part 2, and for watching Star Trek Discovery, and Moon Girl, Devil Dinosaur, Daughter, all the other fun, cool things that I've had the privilege of doing in my career. So thank you so much. And sending so much love to all of you. We have one last
print for. Sorry, I keep my pins in my hair.
Really good.
For Sam, they're not asking for any special quotes, so just best motivational quote again.
Best. Love one. Gremlin said, ever since the second game came out, I've loved you. Thank you. Thanks, Gremlins. I also love the username. Okay, so
That's the name of my cat, actually.
Gremlin?
Well, she's named after Mogwai from Gremlins.
Oh. To Sam. And I'm gonna do only 1 week. May I carry my true strength. Alright, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you to Sam. This one is for you. Thank you. And I am sending so much love to all of you. I am going to be streaming on Twitch whenever I get home after this. So stay tuned for a stream from me on Twitch. I will be playing more Life is Strange. And thank you so much for helping me. And yeah, thank you to everyone at Streamily for helping me have this event and for hosting me in their signing studio. It's super beautiful. I don't know if y'all got to see sort of the lights in the background, but it's really cool.
Instead of just my face with the mask.
Thank you, and I will see the rest of you on Twitch later. My Twitch is the same as my TikTok username, the same as my Instagram username. So Ian Alexander, which is Alexander, but with an I instead of an L, because Alexander was taken. And I was 14. All right. Much love to you all. Thank you. Bye. Until next time. I'll try to do another one of these. Maybe try to bring a castmate of mine to do like a dual stream. We'll see. Happy Pride Month, everyone. Happy Pride. All right. Bye, y'all.